Okay, there's the piece of fur that I'm going to use. I got two of these already cut one up. I'm going to show you on this one how to cut them up. It's fur that is a 4 by 4, so it means really it's 3.5 by 3.5. And I've taken and putting little marks on there with a pencil every 3.5 inches. And that block, the reason it's there, I just used the block to check it to make sure that it in fact is it's 3.5, because I just did the whole thing mathematically, and my math's not always that good. Anyway, it all works. So now what I'll do is I'll come here with this square and line them up just as exact as I can. And I'll put a line on each one. Of course, I know you don't want to watch me do this for every one of them, because come on, it's not that big of a deal, right? So I'll turn that off and do it. Well, like I said, Colette, when she did this, she used a handsaw and said it took her 4 hours. She's young, energetic, and used a lot of Colette sweat and muscle. Me, I'm old and lazy. Like I said, I do take the block to make sure everything's right, but I'm going to use a miter saw here to do it. And I've got it lined up so it's exactly where I want it. So let me turn the thing on, and away we go. Now what I've done is I just cut this big block of wood 8 foot long into the sections they were supposed to be. And now what I'm going to do is cut this in half again, measure it, not half it, so I have a workable piece. And that looks just like I want it. Make sure it's square. And now, getting directly on the line, I will cut. Ooh, that was good. I will cut each. Of course, you guys don't want to watch me do this because, again, it's pretty boring. So let me turn off the camera and I'll get all these cut. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take two studs, which are 2 by 4s or 2 by 3.5s by 92.5, and I'm cutting this off at 42.5 inches, leaving 50 inches for the other, for the braces. You'll see how that works in a bit. Anyway, so I'll do both of these, and then after I do that, I'll show you what I'm going to do after I do the other one. Okay, what I've done here is I've clamped together two 2 by 4s, and then I drilled a hole, and I put a little screw in the other one to hold it in, and then I drilled a hole, half-inch hole all the way through, and I put one rod there. Now I want to put the other one in, and instead of just measuring it, like figuring out what I think the distance is, I'm just going to take these blocks, and I'm going to put 7 of them there. And I don't mind being, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't mind being a little bit not right up against it. In fact, I'd rather have some room to play with. So I'm going to take this here and get another rod. Go the rod's distance away and put the hole right here. So I've got that like I want it. And that's going to give me a little bit of play room. So the one on the bottom is going to be tight, but these are going to be clamped so tight together that with that play room it's not going to make any difference, and I am going to put a back thing on it. So let me do the drills and I'll start putting it together for you. Okay, I'm getting ready to go to the gluing process, and if I just want to show you real quick, if you look down here, you'll see where I've joined these legs together, and that's so that you can adjust the height and stuff. I'll show you that in a minute. Right now is the gluing part. The glue I'm not going to show you the whole thing, obviously. I'm just going to get started, and then I'll finish it. We can go from there. Old. Okay, so we're using Tight Bond 3 Ultimate. It's a very good glue, and I'm going to get it up as close to this as I can, but I'm not going to glue it to there, nor am I going to glue it to the sides. That way I can use the thing. So I'm just going to come in here and glue these, and from now on when I get all the glue on it, I'm going to I have to start using these. When I get all the glue on it, I'll tighten it down real tight and wait about 24 hours or thereabouts. Tomorrow's supposed to be rain, so I might be sort of stopped for a while on this project here. Like I say, put that there solidly. Like I say, don't glue it to the sides. Now, this next set of glue that I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it here and then here. So this one I'm not. That glue goes there. Now I'm going to start taking these and I'm going to put it here and here, so it glues to this one and to that one. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Like I say, you don't want to see this. Then I'll get it done. So I've got it all glued down now. I'm going to let it sit here for 24 hours or thereabouts. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow anyway. I'm outside, inside, in sort of a carport kind of thing. Real tight here. I've cranked it down real tight. It should be solid. I will put a back stop on it. You'll see that the throw-in area is actually facing down on the concrete. It's going to be flat, though this area would be plenty fine to throw at. So we'll go forward and we'll see what happens tomorrow, or whenever I get back to doing this. I'll be with you. Bye. Okay, I've waited 24 hours or thereabouts, and it should be all solidly dry. If I lift it up here, you can see that, in fact, it seems to hold real well, but trust me, it does. Even throwing knives at it. And it probably doesn't need any backing on it, but I am going to put a backing on it. Well, I don't know if most people do, but it tends to help if one of the pieces of blocks, one of the blocks comes loose, and that actually happened to me when I had the treated pine, because of the 4x4s, I got them from two different batches. In one batch was just the second batch, or the second 4x4 was just a little bit, I mean, like not even 1/8 of an inch different, but it wasn't cut exactly the same. And when you put them all together here, it actually becomes noticeable. I glued them and thought it would hold, but I put a back on it anyway, and lo and behold, the back did make it hold. Now I'm not going to put these all the way in either. That way they'll be easier to get out. You saw how nice this surface was, and the other surface is actually going to be nicer because it's actually flat with the floor. And when I'm done with this, I'll turn it over for you, and in the next little, here when the weather's a little better, boy, it's cold, and well, for Texas it's cold anyway, and wet, so I don't want to go set it up or anything. But with the back stop, if a board does, if a block does come loose, everything will be fine anyway. So like I say, there's the backing on it, and keep doing that. So I don't think it's going to mess up that metal, but whatever. And there it is. And of course, you can see where the glue comes through, and it looks a little bad, I guess, but trust me, that's going to throw and take it beautifully. So we'll have it here set up, and we'll see the whole thing, and I'll talk a little bit about it. So here it is completed. The one thing I'm going to add to it that isn't part of the cost, and everything else I mentioned it on the first video too, is I'm going to get a 1x4 to block here and down here. On the other video I showed how to put it to raise it up. I'm going to show you how to lower it. I do have the washers and all those things to put in and tighten it down, but for this I don't need to do that. So to lower it, you do this. Get a hammer, and preferably wood so it doesn't screw up the end of the bolt. Then lift it up, pull it out. That's simple. Lift it up, pull it out. And just rock her forward. Down she is. Let me let you get a better look. If I can. And there she is. So you can have it short or tall. And I apologize for the quality of the sound and everything else. These are my first set of videos, these and those knives, and obviously I have a lot to learn. Anyway, I hope this was enjoyable. I hope it showed you how to do it, for those of you that didn't already know how to do that kind of thing. So have a good day.